We now have a chat experience in Microsoft Defender where you can talk to Copilot. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to another episode of the Virtual Ninja Show. My name is Heike and I have Yuval with me. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yuval Derman, a Senior Product Manager at Microsoft Security Copilot and Defender, where I'm lead AI-driven capability as part of Microsoft Security.
That is amazing. And I love that new experience. And I think we want to basically jump right in. Most people probably know about chat experiences to talk with AI. So they can use, of course, Microsoft Copilot, they can use Microsoft Security Copilot, they can use ChatGPT and other AI chat experiences. And now we are bringing such an experience into we brought into the Microsoft Defender portal. What are some of the beauties about it besides you can talk to it, right? I mean, it's nice. You can type a question and then it just comes back with something. But what makes it different to the other experiences that we have?
One of the big advantages that we have right now as part of this chat experience in Defender, you have everything just next to you within Security Copilot, and it's in context. You can avoid context switch and when you use this chat, and you understand where you are in your investigation. When you say this incident, this alert, this device, you know what does this mean? And you don't need to explain or say, or provide the incident ID or device ID in order to start. You just understand where you are and bring all the information that you will be much more efficient.
Yeah. So how about jumping right into a demo?
Let's demo it. Now we have the Defender chat experience as part of Defender. And with that, in the top, we have the Copilot button. You can just click and open the Defender chat that you can ask any question that you want. And with this capability, Security Copilot is now evolving from a set of individual assistive skills into a continuous chat-based experience within directly in Defender. Now we are in the incident queue, so we can just ask what happened in my environment in the last 24 hours. And with that, the chat is just provide kind of an overview about all the things that are going on in my environment. You highlight some specific alerts and give a specific incident in this case, and give some takeaway how to continue.
So what is the summary that it gives you now? What does it contain?
Now, as a security analyst, I first know what are the incidents that I should take care and handle first, and something that will take for me a while, like a lot of queries and manual kind of a sorting, try to pick the right incident. Now with the Copilot, that is just in a minute, I get an overview about all the things that are going on in my environment without the need to go over them one by one or try to understand what is more important than the other. So everything is just with the easy prompt. I get an overview and I can ask a follow-up question about, for example, it bring me a high severity incident activity and highlight how many alerts in which one of them. Kind of a great summary for me that helped me to understand where I should get started and make sure that protect.
Okay. And then could you go now and say, okay, help me understand more about incident ID 69722? Or do you need to basically go in that incident, or can you keep your conversation from here?
No, you can keep it from here. So you can say, tell me more about this incident. Let's try it without even say that it's an incident ID. You understand that it's an incident, right? Get it from this incident.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's look at a different example. Let's pick a specific incident. And I saw in this incident that there is an attack disruption. So maybe the first thing that I will ask the chat is, what is attack disruption? Maybe I was not saw all the ninja show and I have no idea.
So we can also use it to get a better understanding of, let's say, function and features, not only about helping with incident response.
We use a lot of different sources in order to make sure that this chat have all the knowledge that it need in order to be the assistive for the security teams. It's not like a specific API or specific question. So this chat have the full knowledge of Microsoft Learning and like all the things that related to security.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. I like it. So it's basically because, we still have a lot of customers that don't know about features and functions and how to use them. So I love that they can also use that embedded experience now to ask these kind of questions. But I think now that you got the answer about what the attack disruption is, you can probably now, go and do all kind of ask your buddy what to do with the incident. Um, Attack disruption kicked in. It was already contained. Anything else you need to care about? It's awesome.
It looks like it's something that it's important that maybe my system will be aware. So I can also ask Copilot, yeah, maybe just explain this incident to me like I am a CISO. And again, Copilot will bring me a great summary with all the information that I need. Something that before it will take me a while to collect all the evidence and all the different data points. Now we just prompt. I'm going to get everything. So we have a great summary. Let's see. So we start with some executive summary and then more information about what happens, and then the kill overview in CISO level. And I saw initial access with Tor. So maybe we can ask more questions that related to this and impact the scope in a high level, like what are the endpoint and server that impacted, entity, mailbox, cloud apps, everything it's here.
I love it. So what's the difference to this summary asking basically Copilot chat, hey, help me with a summary for a CISO versus the summary that you already get when you open the incident? Is this very similar or is it different because you ask specifically to get a CISO view on it?
Yeah, so a lot of feedback that we get about our Security Copilot skills is that our customer wanted the option to customize their specific for what they want. And with this, now with the chat, you can ask it, yeah, I need it in just 2 lines. I want in any way and in anything related to your organization. So it's now we can provide you this information.
And that brings me to my usual language questions that I have. So I can talk to it in my language. So I can say, talk to it in German, and then it will probably either answer in German or I can say, give me the report in English. But I can communicate with it in my language.
Yes, you can. If you want, we can do. Could you please provide the summary in Hebrew for me? And then it will do the full translate to Hebrew.
Okay, so that was actually my next question. It could also, because I love that, your board of directors might speak different languages. It's always, yes, they all speak English, but it might be easier for them still, to then have that report in their local language. So you could say, give me that
Right.
summary in Japanese, in awesome. Okay, wow, yeah, that looks very much like the other, but it needs to write it the other way, like from right to left. But okay, in general, it's all there. Okay, so and you were saying the chat because I see it is actually on the top of the above the navigation. um, so you can call it from wherever you are, which is awesome. So we can basically have a chat buddy now across it. I think the question that you probably also often get, Yuval, is how is this now different to the Copilot standalone version that we all know as that black window where we can ask questions, create prompt books, connect to different services or like skills? Like, how is this now different?
Yeah, so the main difference is the context switch, that you don't need to move to a different portal in order to ask this question. So we just want to bring everything to Defender now, and it's your assistive in Defender. So this is the main one of the different. And again, the context here. Let's say that we are here, and I saw that in the executive summary, he mentioned things that related to Tor IP. So maybe I can ask a bit more question on this, just again as an example. Now there is like a 52 IP addresses, and it's a lot to review manually. I want to find the relevant Tor address in this specific incident. And now we get a summary about all the IP in this incident, and specifically highlight Tor-related IPs in this incident. So it's easy for me now to understand that one of the main IP that I may want to take a look is this one. And I can ask another question about this IP. What you know about this IP?
I mean, this is pretty cool, right? I mean, I think everybody understands the concept of prompting, and you need to, as with all the chat experiences, be as precise as you need to get the answer that you want, right? And be specific with how you want to get it displayed in the end. Like, you want a table, you want something. The better your prompt is, the better the results are. So I think everybody now with E5, E7 already has Copilot enabled for the tenants. So everybody now with the toggle turned on, public preview, can use this. That's right?
Right. Yeah. And soon we will be also GA, and you don't need to do any specific setup for this chat. It's just there for you. And the top, click, it's going to be open and close from here. You have here the option to see the history. Here you can start a new session, and you can also give us a feedback, because we really use this feedback in order to make sure that this chat experience is improved. So please, if you get an answer and you are not happy with the result, please provide us a feedback. Or if you're super happy, just say that you like it.
Yes. And that's actually also my call to action. And please try it out, use it, provide feedback, help us improve it where it needs improvement, and tell us when it's great. And with that, I think, well, that's it. Thank you for joining. Thanks for bringing the demo, and thanks everyone for watching. Bye.